Hello everyone, happy Thanksgiving. So in spite of this assignment, I would like to talk about my Thanksgiving. And though it doesn't pertain to one specific conversation, and that it's kind of multiple situations, I still wanted to talk about those because it does go over most of these methods and topics that we learned this semester. So starting with my sister. Well, for Thanksgiving, my family is like quadruple separated. I don't know how to put this. Well, there's me in my household. There's me, my dad, and my sister. My parents are divorced. And then I have my boyfriend. My boyfriend's parents are divorced. And then my sister's husband's parents are divorced. So there's 6 families that we would have to visit during Thanksgiving. So this Thanksgiving, I decided to, be like Team Mom and plan a Thanksgiving lunch/dinner so that all our families can come together so that we didn't have to go to 6 different places. So starting with me and my sister, who was killing me this whole week, or almost this whole month, trying to plan this thing. Though she still kind of had to go to her husband's side of the husband's dad's side of the family, she kind of wanted it to be on her time. But I was like, there's other people who's coming, so we have to compromise and make it on everyone else's time, whatever works. And so she had said, let's make it this time. I said no. And then she talk back to me because she's older sister, so I have to listen to her. So I was like, okay, there's nothing I can do about it. And then I was like, no, that's not right. And then I used the rhetorical technique of ethos, giving credibility to my dad. I said, no, Dad said at 2 o'clock. She's like, no, 12. I said, Dad said. And then from then on, just saying Dad said, she's like, okay, Dad said. Because Dad said so, then we have to follow what Dad said. So that was ethos. And then since I was like party planner, Team Mom, it's kind of like writing a paper, like figuring out who we're inviting, what we're making, who's making what, how many people are going to be there, how many tables you need, how many chairs we need, like how much space we need, all these things. So kind of with my analyzing, organizing, soaps, I guess, kind of, me as a speaker. If it was the actual paper, it'd be me, the occasion of Thanksgiving, the audience of our family members, and then I'll talk about another situation, more of like the visual aid and the text towards the kids versus the adults, and then the purpose to have all my family members together at one place, and then to enjoy a great Thanksgiving feast. So kind of like my hegemonic message, I kind of said was to have everyone come together, not only for Thanksgiving, but it was kind of important because I think I'm kind of the last person to get married. So it's kind of a big thing. My dad's never met my boyfriend's real dad. He's only met his stepdad because his real dad doesn't come around for his own reasons. But he was actually going to come this time, so it was actually really important on behalf of my dad to actually speak to my boyfriend's parents. Kind of spooky, but it's okay, done deal. Anyways, so here we go. Identifying claims and supporting them. So I had to figure out who was coming. Actually, starting with Thanksgiving feast. So what we were eating, like turkey, stuffing, mash, gravy, all that stuff. And then I had to figure out who was bringing it. So supporting, yeah. And then how much people was coming, so how much that person had to make of that meal. And then for myself, if I was making something, how much time I needed to do it, how much people I had to make for, and all that kind of stuff. With cooperating with my sister and my boyfriend, who also had to use the oven and had to work in the kitchen, excuse me, to make their own dishes as well. Yeah. Oh, and then audience, I didn't quite have enough tables and chairs for everyone if I was to count the little kids. But I had to think of what they're interested in, if they're going to be playing around, if they're actually going to sit and eat and actually take up a chair. So we have this little picnic plastic table bench type of thing. So out of the blue, I just saw it and I was like, okay, I should take that out. The kids are going to be more interested in sitting there and like acting like they're having a picnic, more at their level, where all of them can sit and actually stay still and eat a meal together, rather than being high up in a chair with all the adults and being antsy-pantsy. So that was for the kids. Luckily, because I think if I did have all the kids and all the babies sit on a chair, I wouldn't have had enough room. Then that was it. Rhetorically, pathos, emotions. It had to be a happy environment, Thanksgiving, having all the families together. But there was one point where I was just irritated. And if I get irritated, then I tend to, not on purpose, but it kind of just happens. It rubs off and I kind of take it out on my boyfriend, and then he gets really irritated. He management kind. And then his family knows, and then it just spreads on to my sister and everybody else. So I had to really watch how I was gonna present myself, using pathos, like how my emotions were, how I was acting. I didn't want to kill the vibe. I didn't want anybody being affected by my irritedness. Though I think the reason of my irritation was irritating everybody else. Reason being because it was a little after the meet time, it was supposed to be at 1:30. Between 1 and 2, it was about 1:30. People were just about arriving, and one of my aunties, I guess, she kind of has like a medical problem, I guess, and she has to eat at a certain time. So she was rushing. The turkey was just, being cut. Everyone was slowly making their way in, getting settled, everything. And she just, let's pray now. Like, Ashley, call your sister, let's do this. Like, can you just chill, relax, hold on, not really thinking about everybody else, not really waiting for the family. So I was pretty irritated, but it's okay. Happened. It was fine. I just had to watch how I presented myself. And then after that, then we had to pack up, and then head off to Almoana, where we did shopping for Black Friday. That too, I was kind of watching like visual aids and stuff like that. So like the long lines, if I saw a long line somewhere, then it must have had the association between like long line, good sale, good deals or stuff like that. No line, no people in the store, junk sales, no deals, that type of thing. And then today when I went to Sports Authority looking for shoes, there are a bunch of girls who were arguing on how come they couldn't get there, and there, which I think somebody had as their grammar rule. And in my head I was you know, thinking like, okay, they're like over there, they are, they're like one person, that one person type of thing. But it was pretty interesting, kind of just listening to them while I was trying to get what I wanted. But yeah, sorry this video is really long. I'm just relieved that my dinner kind of paid off and my dad finally got to meet my boyfriend's actual dad, and that everyone got along, everyone got to eat, nobody was really irritated or frustrated. It all worked out. There's enough seats, nobody had to sit on the floor. I got to do my Black Friday shopping, and yeah, and I really got to listen to these girls who didn't know the difference between there and there. But yeah, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.